It's my will. I just watched a man get stabbed on the subway. Help. Good evening and welcome to today's tea. You need to know before you hit the door, while you sip your cup of joy, or while you hit your blow. Ready, set, left. Dementia done. That's what they calling that boy. Questions about Donald Trump's cognitive ability is really at the forefront now. And y'all make sure y'all check out the Early Morning Hustle show because I want to dive deeper into that. But dementia done is what they calling that boy. That's what he on. Release the Kraken. I mean the Epstein grand jury transcripts. The T is Donald Trump saying he wants Pam Bondi to release the Epstein grand jury list transcripts, but that's not what we asked for, Donnie. We asked for the list. My question is, didn't he say it was a hoax? So is it a hoax or is it not a hoax? Donald Trump, do you have the courts releasing us some lies? What's T? What's happening? Raise y'all hand if y'all got Truth Social. No, because I don't know if this T or piss, but did y'all see Donald Trump posted on Truth Social about Stephen Colbert being fired? He was like, he had less talent than he had ratings. And then he was like Jimmy Kimmel next. And then he said somebody else is a way better commentator. Yikes. Greg Gutfeld, whoever the fuck that is. Y'all remember when I told y'all about the Democrats walking out in the middle of a vote in a congressional meeting? It was in the Judiciary Committee. Judiciary Committee? Judicial? I think that's the Judiciary Committee. Anyways, see on the street that the guy that they trying to get confirmed, I think he was actually confirmed because they didn't need the Democrats, but the guy that they confirmed is the same guy that told Trump to ignore the court's orders because fuck them. He said they ain't gotta listen. So that's why Cory Booker was so upset, because Cory Booker was like, we don't need nobody like that in the Supreme Court or at the appellate court, especially with a lifetime appointment, boy. Y'all remember the story I told y'all about earlier this week where the lady was trying to get into the cockpit and she was trying to jump out the plane? It finally made it to the news, man. If y'all ain't seeing it now, y'all gonna see it probably tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, so that happened. Nah, bitch, I know y'all seen Donald Trump suing the Wall Street Journal. What the boy name is? Robert Rudolph? Whatever his name is. They say he said I can't even write. I don't even have hands. How could I have scribbled? Why that boy say he never even drew a picture of his life. Why they got pictures that boy drew? So if y'all know what I'm talking about, hold on, let me give you a cohesive statement. All right, Donald Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal because they published some letters that he supposedly, allegedly sent to Epstein for his 50th birthday, where the letter was outlined in a woman's body and the pubic hairs was Donald Trump's signature, right? So Donald Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal saying he didn't do that. That's not me. He said it wasn't him. So there's that. That's going on. Y'all, in the real tea, the letter that he wrote was cryptic, talking about enigmas and secrets and all of that shit. So he came back out talking about his response was, and in his suit, he said that the Wall Street Journal is ruining his reputation. Somebody was like, if you ain't do it, then how could it ruin your reputation? Y'all, being a person who works in electronic discovery, they said, and this makes perfect sense, they said that in regards to the Epstein files, that they had over 100 FBI agents combing through the files, essentially looking for anything that had Donald Trump's name on it. Say it with me now. Redactions. Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to redact all of this shit they got to do with Donald Trump. And if they do give us the Epstein list, it's going to be redacted. And at this point, that's what I just think they're doing. They're buying time so they can make sure that they redact all of the files, anything that mentions Donald Trump's name. Now, a smart hacker, especially because if you're in the FBI, you really don't know how to redact no shit. I'm going to be honest with you. So a smart hacker would let them release the redacted copies because they're going to end up releasing it because they ain't got no choice. And then just go remove the redactions, because I promise you the FBI is not trained in relativity or whatever they're using not properly to redact these files. This shit is crazy, y'all. Why Donald Trump say he gonna throw a party and not invite all of the Republicans that have been voting against him to the party? That boy is pettier than petty. The Republicans starting to push for the Epstein files, bruh. This is slowly. It's like a turning table, and it's turning not in the direction of Donald Trump. I tell you that, boy. Bro, they say they deployed 1,000 FBI agents to review 100,000 documents. First off, as a document review fiend, 1,000 people to review 100,000 documents is insane. That's like 2 batches of documents, maybe 3 batches of documents. This is crazy. The nerd in me is so interested. I can't help but think like if this go to like court or trial or some shit like that, like which company would get this case? Like, cause it's gonna be some reviewers that reviewed this. That's gonna have to review this bitch. Oh my god, like oh. I've seen in Los Angeles where a car ran into a crowd of 20 people. What a T is that person was having like some type of medical incident and they passed out at the wheel and hit 20 people. The people in Chicago say that the Trump administration is colluding with different justice systems to racially profile and discriminate against immigrants. And the people in Chicago, or the judges and magistrates in Chicago, say that I'm not having it. It's not even really news, but why is it dudes commenting on Jennifer Love Hewitt body? Like, that shit is so weird. Like, any man who comment on a woman body is weird to me. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that TikTok ad with the doctor that be like, if your fupa looks like this, every time I see that shit, I want to slap him in his fucking face, because why the fuck is you talking to me, nigga? Bitch, y'all seen that girl who them 2 or 3 girls walked into her house and they was trying to fight her apparently, and she was in a room and she was like, my kids in here, and it was like, fuck your kids. And so she opened the door and fired their ass up, and that girl went from talking shit to crying. What is you even fucking saying, boy? Oh bitch, somebody told me that they trying to get rid of the emergency broadcasting system. Speaking of, T is that 2/3 of the U.S. population. What does it say? Yeah, that's what it say. 2/3 of the U.S. population is under flood watch. Y'all got y'all floaties? I got a campaign with a floaty. I'm gonna go home and blow that bitch up. Just in case, just in case. Hey, and why y'all just out here fucking stabbing people? Like, have you no mercy, bitch? What? Stabbing folks to death is crazy. Outside of me seeing, like, a story about, I think a guy stabbed 2 girls or a girl stabbed 2 guys. I against my will, I just watched a man get stabbed on the subway. Help. And shout out to Jerome Powell, because of the way he handled his very stressful week. He handled that shit like a G. And if you don't know what the T is, you just gotta look it up, because the way I explain it won't even do it any fucking justice.